Good morning, third grade. This is Mrs. Bulldog.
And you are going to be starting your next research on the Pueblos, a look at the Native American tribes. When I open up this book, I have the table of contents, and we're going to read each section together. But what I'd like for you to take note is a historical look at Native Americans. Native Americans have lived in the United States for thousands of years, long before other peoples made their homes here. There are many different Native American nations or peoples, each with their own language, traditions, and way of life. These peoples include the Nez Perce, the Pueblos, the Iroquois, and the Cheyenne. So in your research, these are the key concepts that we're really focusing in on and what you're learning about. The homelands of the Native people, so where they have been living, have really influenced their food, their clothing, and their shelter. And the stories and arts of Native people were an expression of culture and a way of passing on their values. And then early trade, that was a way of exchanging both goods and ideas to help each other. So let's take a look at the first section. The Pueblos, people of the Southwest. The Pueblos are a Native American people. Many groups belong to the Pueblos, including the Hopi and the Zunis. When the Spanish came to the Southwest 400 years ago, they named the Native American villages Pueblos. Right here, Pueblos. Those were the Native American villages. The word Pueblo is the Spanish word for village. This is how the Native Americans of this region became known as Pueblos. So for your first section, the homeland, we're learning about them. The homeland of the Pueblo people is the southwestern area of the United States. In this area where the Pueblo people first lived. Many Pueblo groups still live there today. This area covers part of Arizona and New Mexico. And if we look at this little insert here, we have homeland, a little vocabulary word. The place a people or nation chooses to make its home. And if you look at this map right here, here's Washington. This is where we are. Oregon, California. And down here we have Arizona and New Mexico. The Southwest, it's beautiful. It's a beautiful place to live. The land and the climate, they're varied. There are steep walled canyons, flat plateaus, and sandy deserts. Some part of the Southwest are hot and dry, kind of like here where we live. In other parts, there is a large amount of rain or even snow in the winter. Most of the Pueblo people live near the Colorado River or the Rio Grande. That's Spanish for big river. And if you look at this picture, you can see the mountains in the background, the plateaus and the river. And then down here again, here's our map of Arizona and New Mexico.